The streets throbbed, neon lights pulsed. Los Santos was alive. GTA 6, Los Santos Unleashed, had taken the world by storm. Gamers everywhere were glued to their screens. They explored the sprawling metropolis. They reveled in the chaos. The possibilities were endless.
Jordan lived for speed. Every heartbeat echoed the roar of an engine. A former street racer, he craved the adrenaline rush. The thrill of the chase was his lifeblood. His fingers itched for the feel of the wheel, the power beneath his hands. He saw Los Santos as his playground, a vast urban jungle to conquer. He was ready to conquer it, to leave his mark on every street and alley.
Samira spoke the language of code. Each keystroke was a symphony of logic and creativity. A brilliant hacker, she navigated the digital world with ease. The virtual realm was her domain. She could crack any system, bypass any firewall. No digital fortress was impenetrable to her. She sought a challenge, a purpose. The thrill of the unknown drove her. Los Santos offered her both. The city was a labyrinth of opportunities and secrets.
Ray moved like a ghost, unseen and unheard. His presence was a whisper in the wind. An ex-military operative, he was a master of stealth and precision. Every step calculated, every move deliberate. He carried the weight of his past on his shoulders. He sought redemption, a way to atone for his sins. Los Santos offered him a chance to start over, a new beginning in a city that never sleeps.
Jordan gunned his engine, leaving a trail of exhaust fumes. The roar filled his ears. It was music to him. He raced through the streets, a blur of motion. He felt alive. He was home.
Samira's fingers danced across the keyboard. Lines of code scrolled down the screen. She had her eyes on the prize. The city's secrets were within her grasp. She just needed to find the right key to unlock them.
Ray melted into the shadows. He observed, unseen, unheard. He studied his surroundings. He planned his next move. He was a predator stalking its prey. Los Santos was his jungle.
Their paths crossed in a dingy bar in Vinewood. A shared acquaintance brought them together.
A heist audacious and daring. The target, the heavily guarded vault of the corrupt mayor Emilio Vasquez.
Jordan saw a chance to prove himself. Samira saw a challenge that ignited her curiosity.
Ray saw an opportunity for justice. They were different, yet united by a common goal.
They decided to team up. They were ready to take on Los Santos. The plan was intricate, every detail meticulously crafted. Every member of the team had a specific role, and they had practiced it to perfection. The stakes were high, and there was no room for error.
Jordan would be their wheelman, ready for a high-speed escape. His driving skills were unmatched, and he had nerves of steel. He knew every shortcut and back alley, and he was prepared for any obstacle that might come their way. Ray would infiltrate the building, a silent shadow. His movements were precise and calculated. He had studied the layout of the building for weeks, memorizing every corner and hiding spot. He was a master of stealth, and nothing would stand in his way. Samira would disable the security systems. Her hacking skills were legendary, and she could bypass any security measure. She had spent countless hours preparing for this moment, and she was ready to prove herself.
Tension crackled in the air as they put their plan into action. Samira's fingers flew across her keyboard, a blur of motion. Lines of code scrolled down the screen. The security system flickered, then died. She was in. The team held their breath, knowing that any mistake could be their last.
Jordan revved the engine of the getaway car. He was their lifeline, their ticket to freedom. He waited for the signal, adrenaline coursing through his veins. The roar of the engine was a promise of escape, a beacon of hope in the chaos. Ray moved like a phantom, slipping past guards and security cameras. He was a whisper in the wind, unseen, unheard. He reached the vault, his heart pounding in his chest. The final barrier stood before him, and he knew that the success of the mission rested on his shoulders.
The heist was a whirlwind of action and suspense, a meticulously planned operation that tested every skill they had. Samira encountered a hidden firewall, a formidable digital barrier, but her skills proved superior. She had spent years honing her hacking abilities, and this was her moment to shine.
Ray faced off against a group of guards, his training kicking in. Every move was precise, every strike calculated. He had trained for this, and his combat skills were unmatched.
Jordan navigated a maze of police cars, his driving skills pushed to the limit. The streets of Los Santos were unforgiving, but he maneuvered through them with unparalleled expertise.
They escaped with the loot, but more importantly, with evidence of the mayor's corruption. This evidence was the key to bringing down a powerful and corrupt figure. The information was released to the public, causing an immediate uproar. News channels buzzed with the revelation, and the city was in shock. The city erupted in protest. People took to the streets, demanding justice and an end to the corruption that had plagued their city for so long. Vasquez was arrested, his reign of corruption brought to an end. The once untouchable mayor was now in handcuffs, facing the consequences of his actions.
As the sun rose over Los Santos, casting a golden glow on the city, Jordan, Samira, and Ray stood together. They had achieved the impossible, and the city was forever changed.
They had faced the odds and won. Their victory was not just personal, but a triumph for the entire city. They had made their mark on Los Santos, leaving a legacy that would be remembered for years to come.
But this was just the beginning. Their journey was far from over, and new challenges awaited them. The city held endless possibilities, and they were ready for more. With their skills and determination, there was no limit to what they could achieve.